Do you feel the silence when you scream for help? The deafening quiet that follows your cry when the world turns its back? That's the moment you realize no one is coming. No cavalry, no savior. Just you and the weight of the storm pressing on your shoulders. And as cruel as it sounds, that's your power. Because when no one stands for you, you learn to stand taller. When no one fights for you, you discover the strength to fight for yourself. The question isn't, why is no one helping me? The question is, what am I going to do about it? This isn't about blaming others. This is about waking up to your own potential. The world will knock you down again and again. But you're still here, aren't you? And that means you've got more fight in you than you think. Life is a way of teaching you who truly has your back, and more often than not, the answer is no one. Friends will disappear when things get rough. Family might not understand the battles you're fighting. Strangers will walk past you like you're invisible. It's not fair, but fairness isn't part of the equation. You'll hear people say, you have to ask for help. And you will. You'll reach out, hoping someone will see the cracks in your armor. But when no one answers, it's not the end. It's a new beginning, a moment of clarity. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You only need to decide, am I going to let this break me, or am I going to rise? The truth is, you're stronger than you think. But you'll never realize it if you keep waiting for someone to rescue you. The world is filled with people who are too consumed by their own battles to see yours. That's not a reflection of your worth, it's just reality. And once you accept it, you'll stop waiting for someone to fight your battles and start preparing to fight them yourself. There comes a moment in everyone's life when they hit rock bottom. The moment when you're staring at the debris of everything you thought you could count on. It's painful. It's lonely. And it feels like the world is caved in around you. But that's also the moment when something inside you stirs, a small, flickering flame that refuses to be extinguished. That flame is your will. Your determination. Your fight. You don't need anyone to hand you the tools. You already have them. Every setback you've faced, every betrayal you've endured, every failure you've overcome, they've been shaping you, hardening you, preparing you for this moment. You're not weak because you're alone. You're dangerous because you've survived. The question is, what are you going to do with that fire? Are you going to let it consume you, or are you going to let it fuel you? Learning to fight for yourself isn't just about facing the world, it's about facing yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and confronting the doubts, fears, and insecurities that have been holding you back. It's about silencing the voice that tells you, you're not good enough. You'll never make it. You're better off giving up. That voice isn't yours. It's the accumulation of every rejection, every failure, every moment of pain you've experienced. But it doesn't define you. What defines you is how you respond to it. When you fight for yourself, you're not just battling external obstacles, you're battling the limitations you've placed on yourself. You're tearing down the walls that have kept you in the shadows. You're rewriting the narrative that says you need someone else to validate your worth. This fight isn't easy. It's brutal. It will push you to your limits and force you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But it will also transform you. Every step forward, every small victory, will remind you that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. To fight for yourself, you need more than just determination. You need strategy. You need tools. You need to build your arsenal. Start with self-discipline. Teach yourself to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Success isn't about motivation, it's about consistency. It's about doing the hard things even when no one is watching. Next, cultivate resilience. Learn to see failure not as an endpoint but as a stepping stone. Every time you fall, you have a choice: stay down or get back up. Choose to get back up every single time. Develop self-awareness. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Know what fuels you and what drains you. Use this knowledge to your advantage. When you're aware of your own patterns, you can break free from the cycles that have been holding you back. And finally, embrace solitude. Stop fearing the quiet moments. Instead, use them to reflect, to recharge, to reconnect with yourself. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's freedom. It's the space where you can hear your own voice above the noise of the world. When you learn to fight for yourself, something incredible happens. You stop needing others to complete you. You stop seeking approval from people who don't understand your journey. You become whole, complete, unshakable. The world doesn't get easier, but you get stronger. The challenges don't disappear, but you face them with a newfound confidence. You realize that no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to overcome it. Not because someone else believes in you, but because you believe in yourself. And that's the greatest gift you can give yourself, the knowledge that you are enough. That you are capable. That you don't need anyone else to fight your battles because you've got everything you need within you. Look at your scars, not as reminders of pain, but as badges of survival. Each one tells a story of a battle you fought and won. They show that you didn't just endure the storm, you emerged from it. Scarred, yes, but also stronger. Those scars are not weaknesses. They are proof of your resilience. Proof that no matter how many times life tried to break you, you stood back up. And each time you got up, you learned something new. Something about yourself. Something about the world. Something about the kind of fighter you are. Strength isn't about being unbroken, it's about rising despite the breaks. It's about standing tall even when you've been knocked to your knees. And when you embrace your scars, you take back your power. You turn your pain into your strength. You become unstoppable. When you're fighting alone, it's easy to feel like the world is against you. But solitude isn't your enemy, it's your ally. In the silence, you find clarity. In the loneliness, you find resilience. And in the absence of others, you find yourself. Use this time to grow. To sharpen your skills. To build your confidence. Let your isolation be the forge that tempers your spirit. When no one is there to distract you, you have the chance to focus. To dig deep. To become the person you were meant to be. And when you emerge from that solitude, you won't just be stronger, you'll be unstoppable. You'll have a clarity and a purpose that no one can take away. You'll be ready to face the world, not as someone seeking approval, but as someone who knows their worth. So, here you are. Standing in the arena, battle-worn but undefeated. The world didn't hand you anything, but you've taken everything you need. You've fought through the pain, the doubt, the loneliness, and you've come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. This isn't the end of your journey. It's just the beginning. The battles will keep coming, but now you know, you don't need anyone else to stand for you. You've learned to fight for yourself. And that makes you unstoppable. Remember this, the world may not stand for you, but that's their loss. Because you've become someone who doesn't just survive, you thrive. You've become someone who doesn't just fight, you win. And no one can take that away from you.